what's the most important thing, outside of privacy and security? Well, in my opinion, it's the extensions, also known as add-ons.
And my name is LIFEofDOMOVOI. Život
If you're a based person, you're already using more than one extension. If not, you're a new user or you're fucking normie. By the way, if you're a normie, click off this video immediately and just watch something else. I'm not gonna bother wasting my time trying to give you reasons, to nudge you into using extensions. It's no use, it's meaningless, I don't care. Just watch something else, I don't care, okay? I'm not gonna bother wasting my time. And by the way, I will make a video in the future talking about normies and why you shouldn't waste your time. Back to video. Again, these are just my picks. Everybody has their own needs, uses, etc, etc. My setup is a little bloated. There's too many extensions, for example, that I shouldn't be using at all. I should be using something a lot more lightweight. I shouldn't have bloat my browsers. And also, I'm using two different browsers. No, I'm using Librewolf and Ungoogled Chromium. Now, Librewolf is a fork of Firefox. So basically, if it's based off of Firefox, like Librewolf, GNU/icecat, Fennec, Mole browser, Ice Raven, it should be theoretically compatible, with notable exceptions. Same could be said about Ungoogled Chromium. It's a degoogled Chromium, and Chromium is what most popular browsers are based off, such as Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, the Brave browser, Vivaldi, possibly Opera, and many more. And again, a lot of popular extensions should be cross-platform, meaning you should be able to use it on both different browser types. And some of them you can use on Android, for example. There's a big but. It also depends on what kind of browser are you using. As everybody knows, Android browsers suck dick. So that out of the way, let's talk about extensions. Starting off with uBlock Origin. If you don't use uBlock Origin in 2024, there's seriously something wrong with you, and you should stop using your computer now. I don't care. Stop using it now. uBlock Origin is an extension that's supposed to block ads, and it can block JavaScript. It's supposed to be lightweight on a CPU and RAM, or memory. It's also possibly one of the best extensions you can download for your browser, and in fact it should be #1 browser extension you should be able to download. Now it is supported on, of course, on Gecko based browsers, which are Firefox, Librewolf, etc, etc. The Chromium based browsers, it should work on PC and smartphone. I'm not sure about Pale Moon. I have no idea. I don't use that browser. It's a meme browser. And uBlock Origin works really well. There are some exceptions, however. I had some issues where uBlock Origin didn't block certain ads, which you can sort of fix it by manually blocking some of those ads. So for example, here's a example. This is supposed to show ad, basically. Reklama means ad. Now, when you right click on this website, for example, it says block element, I think, and it should pop up this little window. Now, you press Vibrat or choose, and basically it will open up this little menu, and it will allow you to block the certain ad, for example, this one. Now, you have to choose it correctly, otherwise it's going to break your website, so be careful with that one. But yeah, you basically do this, you select this window, and you press create or vytvořit, and it should delete it if you do it correctly, otherwise it's gonna pop up again. Same could be done for this one. So I'm gonna choose this, vytvořit, boom, it's gone. And that's how you get rid of it. If for some reason it basically fails to block ads, you have to restart this browser. And again, this extension is so good, in fact, that it's the default add-on for Librewolf, which is already one of the best browsers you can have. That's how good it is. But oh boy, I ain't done yet. Let's talk about local CDN or decentralized. Now, it depends on what kind of browser do you use. Now, when it comes to Gecko-based browsers, local CDN is your choice, basically. It's your choice and you should use it. It's basically supposed to improve your online privacy again. The traffic finds supported resources locally and injects them into into the environment. Like I said, it's supposed to improve your privacy. Now, on Google-based browsers, like I said, it's basically local CDN. But on Chromium-based browsers, you're supposed to use decentralized. Now, local CDN is, I believe, a little better than decentralized because it's much more up to date than decentralized. However, on Chromium-based browsers, so the uploader is someone else, not nobody or whatever that person is called, but it's someone else. So that's a little sus, and I just don't wanna, I just don't wanna download it. But yeah, basically, it's just another thing, another extra thing that's supposed to improve your privacy. But let's stop talking about privacy. Let's talk about something much more usable, something much more useful, and that is dark mode. If you didn't know, I like to call myself dark mode fanatic. But why would I call myself dark mode fanatic? Well, because I absolutely love dark mode. And in fact, I like to have it everywhere. But you know what sucks? Yeah, that's right. Many websites have light mode for some reason, which is just outdated as fuck and should be illegal. Well, luckily for us, luckily for you, there is something called dark mode extensions. The most popular one is Dark Reader, which is supposed to add dark mode. Over here we have options. You can disable it for this specific website if you click it over there. Then you can fully disable it or enable it in this setting. There's filters for this specific website. Of course, you have dark light, then of course you have brightness, contrast, sepia effect, shades of gray. There's only for youtube.com. There's also some advertisement, privacy, Twitter, GitHub, how to use it, support, news, tools, whatever. So you can pretty much configure this extension how you like, which is very nice. But I also have another one, which is this one. Now this one's called dark background and light text. Now this one only is for Gecko-based browsers, especially the desktop version, because it doesn't work on Android. But yeah, basically pretty much it does the same thing, except it's much more simple. You have over there enabled or disabled. You can set it basically pretty much for this website, and in fact these are specific individual settings for each specific individual website. So if you, for example, click disable, it's gonna be disabled on youtube.com, but if you go to YouTube Studio, you have to again disable it if you don't want to have some issues with it. Now alternatively, of course you have Dark Reader on Chromium based browsers, but there's another things you should consider. First of all, you have a secret dark mode setting you have in Chrome flags. So for example, if I go here, Chrome flags, and you can see over there auto dark mode for web content, which of course is enabled. So basically what it does basically is it forces dark mode for all websites, which can be very good but also very bad, because it can ruin the look of certain websites. Again, you can configure it, you can customize it, but it's something you should keep in mind. But of course, the alternative to that extension is of course dark night mode, which is supposed to add this thing, which is of course on and off and auto, which of course this one you will never use, by the way, but you will use off and on. Then you can adjust the brightness for the website. How bright do you want it to be? Again, it's not as customizable as Dark Reader, but you have the option. Getting sick of this crap? Yeah, that's right. Yes, I also get tired of those stupid ass cookie prompts, and it makes me wanna blow my brains out. So I'm gonna help you with that. You should use this one. I don't care about cookies, so extension is amazing. It's based and you should use it. Basically what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to make your life so much easier. So basically what it does is basically it's supposed to hide those stupid ass windows, those cookie prompts basically. It's supposed to reject those cookies automatically, which makes using internet so much easier, so much simpler and so much better. Now that's not to say it's perfect. I mean, of course, from time to time you have to waste your time, clicking reject cookies. But then again, it's much better having this extension installed instead of not having it. Oh shit! Here comes YouTube! Yeah, that's right. Now it's YouTube gaming, my friend. Of course, first of all, it's sponsor block. Don't you just hate it when you're bombarded with those stupid ass useless sponsors? That's right. sponsor block will come and save your ass. So of course, you can see the settings on how it's supposed to behave, how it's supposed to look like, what are the keyboard shortcuts, and so much more. And as you can see, there's stuff like categories, and you have stuff like sponsor. Then there's this prompt, which is supposed to say what it's supposed to do, like automatically skip promotion, or automatically skip exclusive access. You know, the dumb annoying interaction about, you know, liking and subscribing the video and so on and so forth. I mean, you can configure it, what it's supposed to do, if it's supposed to skip or not, if it's supposed to show the segment or whatever. I mean, there's so much stuff you can do with it, and it's very good. I mean, it wasn't always the most reliable, but it still is very good. Oh, but speaking of which, return YouTube dislike. Return YouTube dislike is another very, very useful thing YouTube for some reason removed. I don't understand why, but you have the option to just get it back. And like it says in the title, it's supposed to basically return YouTube dislike, and you can customize it a little bit. Again, it's very useful. Everybody should have it, just like sponsor block. Oh crap, hello everybody. This is Life of Domovoi from the future. I have realized a couple of things. Of course, not only the audio is kinda garbage, but also I have realized that the extension I was about to show you is a little bit, well, I guess you could say outdated. Because if we take a look at it, the last update was in 2022, which is hella outdated. So instead, I want to show you this extension, which is of course BlockTube. BlockTube is basically a quality of life extension you can download, and basically what it does is it's supposed to block videos, the channels, and even the search terms. If we take a look over here, we have a lot of interesting things. Of course, dark UI is by default, which is very nice, but of course, we have video title, we have channel names. Of course, it's a little buggy, but there's supposed to be a text. I don't know why it's doing it, but basically it's supposed to show some text. Of course, it's supposed to show stuff like no fuckers or JJ, whatever fuck it's called, and a lot of channels like Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, etc. You have video IDs, you can block channel IDs to comment content, and you can do so much more with this stuff, which is of course, you know, advanced blocking, you know, advanced feature. Of course, there's stuff like UI password, don't know exactly what it does. Video block message, I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to be, if it's supposed to show different text when you block a video. There's also a couple of options like block YouTube's auto-generated playlists, the explore pages, the shorts videos, the movie videos. So you have a couple of interesting stuff, to say the least. Automatic pause of videos. Like, there's a lot of really good shit you can get with this extension. So how it works basically is if you find a channel, you don't like, you don't care, how you block it is, of course, you can block it with this page. Of course, you can type the channel name, or you can add the URL of the channel. But there's another way you can actually do that, and basically that is of course going over here, clicking this button right here, the hamburger button, or what it's supposed to be called. And over here you will see two different choices. Now you have block channel and block video. Now you can basically pretty much block this video if you want to, but I'm gonna block the channel because I don't care about Linus Tech Tips and his channels. I don't care. And of course we have over here another channel, some random ass VTuber. I hate VTubers, to be honest, or the PNG tubers, funnily enough, even though I used to watch a couple of PNG tubers. But anyway, over here we can do the same thing, blocked. And from now on you won't be able to see those damn cancerous videos. Now there's a huge downside, that is of course if we, for example, type in Linus Tech Tips, for example. If I type Linus Tech Tips, of course, unfortunately, you will still see the shorts, and sadly, you can't even block this stuff. I mean, you can block the video, but that's it. Which is a huge shame, considering this is a really good extension you can get for not just Gecko-based browsers, but you can also get it for Ungoogled Chromium stuff. Sorry, Chromium-based browsers. And in fact, I just found out recently, it even works on smartphones. Well, at least when I used it on Fennec browser, which is of course Gecko-based browser. So I'm not sure exactly about Kiwi browser, but it pretty much should work on any platform, I think, which is very, very nice, by the way. Really based, in my opinion, and it's also another one of the must-have extensions you have to basically download, because it's such a good extension, by the way. Now, of course, in the past I also had some issues with it, that it was unreliable basically, and it basically didn't work in the past, but I don't know, for now it works, so for now I'm recommending this extension, Blocktube. Definitely check it out, by the way. Anyway, back to the other extensions. Now, last main extension is something called Temper Monkey. Temper Monkey is a simple extension that basically allows you to run some scripts. And I wish I could show you some scripts. Unfortunately, I'm afraid, I'm scared that some of these websites are, or corporations, that's the word, corporations are gonna take down those scripts, or they're gonna basically make them unusable, or yeah, basically they will ruin them. So I'm not gonna show you those scripts, but I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. So basically I have one script that allows me to bypass a certain age restriction. There's a certain age restriction on a certain website where those communists or socialists from Google, they just wanna censor freedom of speech. They just wanna ruin your videos. And they wanna prevent you from watching it. Boom! There's a script for it. And I'm not gonna tell you basically where can you find it. But it's very, very simple. It's a very simple web search you can do on your browser of choice. It's very easy to find it, very easy to download it. You should be good to go. Another script that I have is for another specific certain website that allows me to download ISO files, because, you know, certain money-hungry pricks from Japan don't want you to emulate some video games. They terrorize the people that wanna play emulators. Boom, there's another script. And that's almost all I wanted to say. But there's another thing I wanted to show you. Here comes Chromium Web Store. Now, what is this thing? Well, if you never used Ungoogled Chromium, it's kind of a pain in the ass. I like Ungoogled Chromium. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, it's one of the least bloated Chromium-based browser. However, it's very difficult to use because you have to manually update it. You have to download CRX files so you could use the extensions, and you have to manually update them, which is a nightmare if you consider it. The solution is something called Chromium Web Store, of course, which you can download from GitHub. And basically what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to notify you that, hey, you have an update, you should update it now. And it's a very useful extension you can download, and it will make your life so much easier. So over here, you can see I have an update, and it's for none other than Dark Reader. And basically, I'm gonna show you what it does. What it's supposed to do is basically, when you click on it, it's gonna download it, and it's gonna say, hey, do you wanna add this extension Dark Reader? Of course, you have cancel, and over here you have add. So you're gonna add this extension. It's gonna show you that it's downloaded, and yeah, pretty much you have updated the extension. Of course, it's sometimes recommended that you restart your browser. Currently, I don't have to restart the browser, and this extension is very good, and it will make your Ungoogled Chromium so much more usable. I mean, of course, you have to still download it manually from CRX extractor, and you still have the issue of Ungoogled Chromium, where you have to download it manually. I mean, of course, there's something called Chocolatey, but Chocolatey sucks dicks, and there's something called fake updates. Fake updates, and basically what it means is it will pretend to update your browser, but it actually won't update it. So you still have to download it manually from this website, of course, the GitHub. Last but certainly not least, it's disable HTML5 autoplay reloaded. And I don't actually remember what it does, because I haven't used this browser for ages. But from what I remember, it's supposed to disable autoplay for certain intrusive websites when you just wanna scroll something really quickly and a video out of nowhere just interrupts you. It will jump scare you, you will shit, piss and cum your pants, and yeah, you have to pause the video. It's so annoying, man. It's so annoying. So I think that's what it's supposed to do. Again, I haven't used this extension for a long time, so you have to take my word for it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, like I said, you don't have to download everything I showed you. You can just download one extension or none. That's your choice. I'm not gonna force you to use whatever I use. Like I said, it's my opinion. I mean, from time to time I change my extensions. That's what I'm currently using, and maybe you should use it too. Again, that's up to you. And like I said, I have no idea what else to say other than, use whatever the fuck you wanna use. I don't care. That's your choice, not mine. I'm not a father figure. Use whatever the hell you wanna use. I don't care. I have no idea what else I'm gonna upload. I don't know what I'm gonna upload later. If you'll excuse me, I just wanna play some fucking game. I just wanna chill a little bit. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
My name is